became drunk with fear. But I had nothing to lose, and had been drunk already for a week.
Altes Museum. So, und damit, hallo Leute, was geht ab? Und jetzt kommt zu einem Video von Nobody Wants to Die. Schön, dass ihr wieder mit dabei beim Bock dauert. Jo, wir sind, wie man gerade gelesen hat, im alten Museum unter der Freiheitsstatue. Wir haben im letzten Video ja die komischen Fetischraum da unter der Bude von Green abgeschlossen. Der Mörder hat uns ja mehr oder weniger dabei geholfen. Und dann hat er so ein paar Andeutungen gemacht und dann brach der Kontakt zu Sarah ab, die auch die Person ist, die gerade im Rollspiel gefahren ist. Und dann haben wir uns auf der Suche nach Sarah gemacht. Haben sie dann hier gefunden und dann war es noch so eine Zwickmühlen-Situation, in der wir eigentlich schießen sollten. Also wir sind hier mit der Knarre reingerannt. Und sie hat uns auch mit der Knarre bedroht. Beziehungsweise wir wussten nicht, dass sie das. Aber ich habe nicht geschossen, weil ich glaube, wenn ich geschossen hätte, wäre Sarah jetzt tot. Deswegen, ich habe nicht geschossen. Unser Held angeschossen und jetzt chillen wir über ihr. Wir können uns so ein bisschen die Bude ansehen. Die gute Karra. Karra. Kann ich hier. Ja gut, im letzten Video habe ich ja schon ein bisschen umgesehen hier. Kann ich über einen Lampenmann machen. Immer so ein paar kleine Kunstwerke. Ja, chillt hier ihr Leben. Und modernes Equipment. Passt. So, das sind wir da gleich. Kann sein.
Green Bank.
Ach ja, genau. Gibt ja nur, wenn so ein Guide und chillt. Beziehungsweise so Guide machen.
Those mushrooms are funny.
Besser als nichts, ne? Hat sich aber gut eingerichtet. Das hat sie jetzt kleine Budgets. Das hat irgendwie so ein Batman-Vibe. Das kleine Bild. Und ich glaube, da waren es mit allen Lampen, oder?
What are these figurines?
They're memories. I've read that after an Icarite transplant, especially an illegal one, some can be lost. That one's the most valuable. One night, when the acid rain was bad, Taylor and I hid upstairs, where you came in. Back then, it was just a 2 by 3 foot hole that ended in a wall of rubble. Instead of sitting in the cold with her teeth chattering like any normal person, Taylor started fiddling with the flashlight. Something flashed in the pile of rubble, so we started digging. And we dug until we unearthed this little Statue of Liberty figurine. It was beaten up, but valuable. And we fenced it right away. And we came back here hoping to find more.
Who's Taylor?
There's treasure in this film. We found out there used to be a museum here. So we dug more. Day after day, till our hands were bloody. Kept digging for normal people. Tortured of misery. Desperation. But we were adventurers on a fucking treasure hunt. We glued, fixed, and sold everything we found. Would you believe we excavated this whole place like a pair of underage slum archaeologists?
Must have taken a while.
Almost 5 years, but it was our livelihood. We were dirt poor, surrounded by dirt. We felt rich. At least until Taylor tricked me. 8 years ago, give or take a few days.
Sister?
No. We were in love. I remember exactly when she tricked me, because it was when I turned 21. First subscription. And Taylor paid for it for me. She did it behind my fucking back.
That's bad. Missing.
After a month, her subscription expired. We were broke. There was no one to help her. She wound up in the bank. And the body went to auction. And that's why I have to get her out. No matter what it takes. You're the detective. Now you know my motive.
Oh, fuck! Damn it. Got any ambrosia anywhere? Anything higher octane?
I'll pour us something. Or you can also help yourself to ambrosia in the bedroom.
Tests. From the beginning of the month. Remember it. This is older than me. Perfectly innocent stalking.
James, aren't you afraid your memories will eventually fade away?
Lucky me. Mine don't fade. They haunt me. More literally than I'd like.
You must have some good ones. At least one.
We're at the movies, and Rachel tries to convince me it's a crime flick she's already seen. They were all the same to her, and of course she's teasing me, and I'm trying to watch the fucking movie. Right now, I'd give anything to be sitting there next to her. I'd focus all my attention on her.
Maybe then you wouldn't remember it. Maybe it's the imperfect moments that create the most precious memories.
So how did a slum girl get this job?
Maybe you got yours. I had to work for it.
Points for determination. Must not have been easy for you.
Fortunate combo. I had insomnia and hated wasting my time. I guess that's how I managed to pass all the exams.
Did our department come for Taylor?
Yes.
So why...
Did I join you? Maybe I wanted to take control? Of some sort. I decided I was never gonna be powerless like that again. I'm just a liaison, but I already know when and where they move.
Do you know who it was? Which one of us came for Taylor?
It was hard to resist the temptation to check it out.
Want to get some revenge?
He was so ordinary. A regular agent. To really get justice, I'd have to get revenge on this whole sick fucking system.
Then how about we get revenge on this whole sick fucking system?
Like that's possible.
We created this system, or at least let it become a reality.
Speak for yourself. I'm a newborn, remember?
Die Frage ist jetzt, wenn ich da drauf gehe, auf die anderen zwei, wie das meine Beziehung oder Beziehung zu ihr ändert.
Have you read Chicken of Justice?
There is no way you know this.
The last of his kind. He could give up, but he fights for a better world for the rest of us. A true hero.
Oh, I don't believe it. My brother Dario was crazy about him.
Did Dario also write riddles? There was one on the back of the book.
Yes! The chicken of justice could only be summoned by solving one.
This one room, the bedroom, is totally secure.
It's a slum, but I gotta be able to close my eyes sometimes. It's possible to break in there with enough effort, but I'd have time to be awake and ready.
Ever watch any westerns?
No. What are they about?
Well, you'd love them. I think you'd identify with the characters. In the middle of the room was a bunch of files with names.
Can't you respect anyone else's privacy? I said none of the siblings knew. If something went wrong, I prepared myself for it.
But what's one have to do with the other?
I sorted things out for them and left a will that made it clear I believed Taylor and I would be in heaven at the bank.
Looks like you covered all the bases. Nice work.
Thanks. I try.
I hope this isn't a tough question. Sarah, how are Max, Dario, and Peter now?
I wasn't talking...
I saw the name on the cabinets. Did they...
Don't worry, they're all alive and doing pretty well. They rented a legal apartment, floor 40. They have better air than here. Bodies wear out slower.
What are we drinking to?
Well, you're the expert. Sit down and make a toast.
Kann ich nicht. Doof.
Bottoms up. Past. Now it slips through your fucking fingers like sand.
And to your optimism, your most charming trait.
What are you renting the body for?
Surrogate. For some rich broad. A good one, I hope.
Sarah, please tell me it's not Jane Salma. I found her file.
Calm down. I checked her. I got to her. She had a similar case before, and they couldn't prove anything, even with plenty of evidence.
Damn it.
The arrangement came from me. She had the dough, I had the body with the right biological conditions, plus I could cover for her. That's why I know she's not a suspect.
And the locator?
You're always snooping. But yeah, I had a transmitter sewn into my original body just in case they wouldn't give it back to me.
So you really don't trust her then? Maybe she could be a suspect.
Oh, shit, it's a backup. Extra security. I just know it's not her.
Okay. I'll trust you. At least I'll try.
Much appreciated.
All right. So you rented your body. Where did you get this one? The current model.
Salma said it was recycled. Give one to me.
No. A recycled body? After what I've seen, that's hard to swallow. They must have put someone on ice for you to get it.
No. Somebody bought a new body, and no one wanted this one.
We can scan the shell and check.
There's no need, really. Let's not.
Are you sure you know what you're doing? You need to see the big picture of what you've gotten yourself into.
James, I have nightmares. Every single fucking night. I see her in them.
Welcome to the club.
Every morning, I wake up from them and Taylor can't. And it haunts me. What if she's trapped there in an endless nightmare?
They're your nightmares, not hers. You're projecting your fears, but they don't exist. And you have to deal with them.
James, I have to save her. Fuck! You understand?
I get it. Sometimes you have to cross the line. And if you do it, at least make it for someone you love.
Well, I don't know if that's what I want.
Do you know what I'd give to see Rachel again? Fucking anything.
Thanks for being straight with me.
Press your finger.
I can handle
Ist natürlich ein bisschen auffällig und seltsam, wenn die Tante da aber green war. Ich hab's natürlich jetzt nicht.
Bullshit tips are these? Issues with managing emotions.
Anger management, like a teenager, hair trigger temper.
Oh, bullshit.
Okay,
And
was
you?
ist der Plan?
Why'd you become a cop?
Work well under pressure, resistant to stress, ability to assess situations quickly. Only the commander instead of a coach, and the field's a bit bigger.
And that's all?
I believed in justice. And shit like that.
But you don't anymore?
Come on, grow up. Who asks questions like that? Especially after all the shit we've seen. Sarah, we need to start investigating.
Just a minute. Not so fast. One more question. A basic one.
Yeah,
Why don't you tell me why you stormed in here like a lunatic?
I told you, I thought you were in danger.
Based on what? Did something happen when we lost contact?
Mm-hmm. Can you fire up the board here?
No.
We'll do it the old way then. In the meantime, I'll summarize the Red Room for you.
The Red Room?
It's a piece of fucked up history. Better buckle up.
I can't believe all this evidence. You were right from the start.
Seriously? What surprises you most?
That's not what I meant. But the murderer was behind everything from the beginning. Did he take over his body?
Strong assumption. We better go one step at a time.
Now? You're going to get skeptical now?
I just want to sort it out.
Okay. Where do we start?
How do you deal with that kind of desynchro?
And how do you deal with it?
I don't know if I'm the best example.
James, I managed to get what was in Green's safe. There were recordings of his synchro tests and a ton of private notes. It's pretty unusual.
Upload.
Lots of familiar faces, but compared to Green, they're small fry.
It's their mouth that spits out lies that millions eat up.
How did you describe it? That you're losing control of yourself?
Mm-hmm.
It's a kind of consciousness erosion. We'll increase the dose of ambrosia and the amount of synchro tests. It should help.
I need something better.
We don't have anything else yet. I'm working on it.
It's one big joke. Selma sounds familiar, don't you think?
Shit, I thought she was gonna get herself a synthesizer. Both died on dates shown on the symbols.
The problem is that Green's date of death was carved long ago. His own transfer machine. I can't even get my shit together after 3.
This explains his problems. They were his own doing. I learned this was the plan for the next 100 years. Numerous attempts to save what we have in this system.
And our system isn't perfect? At least for them.
Turns out not to be the case. Apparently, every prediction ended in disaster. Okay, let's assume that this was his motive. What's next?
Fucking dumber.
Oh, haven't heard that before. It's good to know you still have feelings for them. I still don't get that part of the story.
Auch nicht.
And I think that they really
So ein
used
scheiß
the...
Detektiv, wa?
At least the motherfucker's dead.
Everyone like him deserved it.
Auch nicht.
Why didn't we have access to these recordings?
They were in the Red Room.
I'll try to get to them. And it all comes down to this? Fucking why?
Art for art's sake?
If synchro tests have a positive effect, then maybe there is something that does the opposite. There may be no evidence that they made a transfer of consciousness at the time of the incident, but his behavior...
I know, it's damn suspicious. Let's just put it together piece by piece. They didn't die because of money.
Yeah, they had plenty of it. There had to be another reason. I'm getting used to the big names of the corpses at our feet. What are they doing there? Apart from the obvious.
Together, they worked on how to calm the riots, how to use the Fourth Estate. Who knows if they would have failed.
Dickheads.
Ja, die sind nicht. Auch nicht? Okay. Ganz eine Lösung. What? Ach, da.
You're telling me these are the only people who can deal with the chaos in this city?
Am I? No. But I think that's what Green is trying to tell us.
Do you buy it?
Well, this motherfucker knew corruption and power like no one else. Okay. Whether it was Green's will or someone else was pulling the strings, why did Green have to die?
I see at least three possibilities.
Can you be more specific, Miss Detective?
I'm throwing them in. Are you sure?
I was, but I changed my mind.
Following this lead, Green didn't have to be the only one like that. The whole thing may simply have been about tearing the city apart. Green was the last person who could stop the spreading chaos.
I wonder if his death was a crime of passion, or if it was planned.
Since the most influential players are more or less dead, their seats are up for grabs. Something like that.
I don't know, but we need to figure out who's pulling the strings in all of this.
Nichts als die Wahrheit.
Were you close with Seth?
Sure. He was my partner. Why do you ask?
I remember you mentioned that you even talked with him about synchro problems.
We'd been sitting in a car for several dozen years. Had to talk about something.
The first time he ended up reconstructing an Icarite.
Mm-hmm.
You blaming yourself?
Cops account for their partners. And he was my friend. So, yeah. I blame myself. I hope he gets back on his feet after all this. Okay. Let's try to draw some conclusions.
Honestly, I see two main possibilities. Or we're just seeing a small part of a bigger plan by someone who's always 2 steps ahead of us. Or Green's plan played out with Kovalev's help.
Mm-hmm. How do you figure?
Fuck, I don't know. He has access to some advanced tech. He managed to make contact with you in the Red Room. He knew everything that happened. Like he was in Green's head. I thought Green just committed suicide, but now I'm having a tough time buying that. Sorry, I've got a lot of thoughts. What do you think? Who's behind all this? Murderer or Green?
The more important the decision, the less certain, huh?
We're out of time for mistakes.
Mörder, natürlich, muss ja.
He's a murderer. Green's death wouldn't make sense. He must have been influencing for a long time until he finally got him to shoot the other deviants. Damn influential deviants. He took another harvest on Icarus.
And if he's aiming to paralyze the city, to create chaos, so what's his next step?
The motherfucker leaves no trace. The trail's cold.
Why haven't we heard of him before? He's a pro, after all.
Criminals are still in their learning curve when they do their first crimes. They leave more traces behind.
I'll check similar poisoning cases in recent years.
No, poison may have been removed from reports. Check the final death.
Danach, wenn es nachher doch Green war, dann waren wir echt
I think I have something.
schlecht.
2 weeks. No, shit. I was wrong. Forget it.
Sarah, rewind.
No, you can't touch your own case, or reconstruct it, or explain it. You can't defend yourself.
I'm the only one who can.
Oh, the fucking savior of the world. Can't you let go just this once?
You know the answer.
Natürlich
Damn
nicht.
you. Hang on.
I have to... What's this?
A new earpiece. This one shouldn't be so easy to spot.
Ah, thanks.
Haus der vergessenen Treppen. Dafür ja Trophäe. Also hier. Ich kann nicht zurückgehen.
Rachel! Rachel!
So nah und doch so fern.
Looking in the mirror at yourself, sometimes the scariest thing imaginable. But it was time to face myself on my own, without dragging anyone else down.
Prior to the city are drawing near the green farewell location, Central Park. Everyone in the area is asked to leave the area for their own safety and security, according to the police.
Dude, are you there? Hello? This guy looks shady. He's connected. Oh, this guy is some bull. Wait for me. We'll get it sorted together.
Seth?
Who else, genius? The voice of your conscience?
You're not really here. You're just a cocktail of desynchro and memories with a garnish of trauma.
Dude, you really don't get it. Don't do anything or you'll do something stupid. I just entered the initials that Hestia asked. Am I satisfied with my work? They're calling from the top about it. This will end worse than usual.
I'll lean on him and get something. I'll find out what happened.
Fine. But what if you don't?
I will. Whatever it takes.
I can't cover your ass if you do this. Hey!
We just received word of gunshots in Central Park. The crowd is panicking.
Die Karre ist schon wieder kaputt. Top. Eine schicke Knarre, wa? Okay, einer muss mal angucken hier. View. Ja, voll. Unglücksstraße.
Truth is said to heal. The problem with this statement is that there are only two kinds of medicine that work. Those with an awful taste and narcotics.
Deine Karte ist ein bisschen ramponiert, war. Mr. James. Aber finde ich wohl cool. Ja, das war cool. Alter, hier wird auf jeden Fall nie wieder Sonnenlicht hinkommen. Ja gut, so, dann heißt dann jetzt würde ich mir das sagen, Alter, was hat der jetzt so Satz? Ich würde sagen, dass ich jetzt das Video beenden werde. Schön, dass ihr mit dabei wart und Bock drauf habt. Jo, und dann heißt, wir werden uns jetzt in dieser Unglücksstraße, oder wie der Bums hieß, umsehen. Da ist wahrscheinlich der Zugwrack. Haben sie auf jeden Fall gut weggeräumt. Da muss noch ein Stück. Und dann wird James wahrscheinlich sein Unglück da rekonstruieren. Wahrscheinlich ist er irgendwie im Nachhinein schuld oder so. Oder sein Partner. Und er wollte seinen Partner einfach nur aufhalten, weil der mit drin steckte. Irgendwie sowas kommt bestimmt. Und diese typischen Intrigen, die man halt kennt, ne? Korrupte Partner. Also. Zugriffsrecht. Top. Scheint auf jeden Fall nicht so gut zu sein, die Zeit hier mit dem Körper. Aber gut. Jo, bin ich auf jeden Fall gespannt, was er herausfindet, wenn er den ganzen Unfall nochmal rekonstruiert. Ob da wirklich irgendeiner von den beiden schuld ist. Oder ob da irgendwas ganz anderes mit drin hängt. Bin ich auf jeden Fall gespannt. Ich hab richtig Bock, Alter. Aber das Spiel ist echt gut. Und ich hoffe, da kommt irgendwie nochmal ein Sequel oder so raus oder so ein ähnliches Spiel von den Machern. Ist wohl mal was anderes. Macht auf jeden Fall Bock. Gut, dann würde ich sagen, wenn ihr Bock drauf habt, dann seid gerne mal dabei. Ganz klar, müsst ihr auch freuen. Und dann wünsche ich euch einen schönen Tag. Bis dahin und tschüss bitte.